What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. A new Vincent banner is here and I'm so excited. Today we're gonna do an in-depth review of the banner and we will be asking, should you pull on this banner? I'm going to pull because I'm a Vincent main, but I don't think that's a reason for everyone to pull. Let's discuss the details and then we will be asking this question. Also, we have still 3 limited banners ready for us to pull, and they are gonna go away, and then those weapons will disappear. This weapon we can still whitelist at some point. Anyhow, Crown Familiar comes with 508 physical attack, 664 magical, 233 heal. The C ability costs 480 Bs, and it does 940% magical lightning damage. So this is the fair point where we need to stop to think, how is our high wind set up? How are my teams set up? Which teams am I playing the most? Which teams do I need in every different scenario? So normally, as far as I know, most people, especially free-to-play players, are setting their setups around physical attack. So right away, maybe this weapon is not for most of you if you are more primarily physical. If you don't mind, if you're using a combination of both, then we can continue reading. When buff is granted self to self, it does 1.2 extra damage, and it also increased the limit gauge by 5%, which is really good. It's the signature ability for Vincent. The other abilities, magical attack 31 points and lightning potency 39 points, they are not huge, but it's the standard that we are seeing in this kind of weapons lately, and I will show you the comparison in a sec. The S abilities, they break Triangle Seal again. I don't know what's going on with Vincent, but Vincent only breaks Triangle Seal. Come on, like there are many other seals that he could break. So with what we have so far, let's compare with other weapons. So the first comparison is Sinogre Blade that came in the crossover event, right? And this one does, it comes with 667, so it's 3 extra tiny points more. And it's physical. This is the key difference. Like if you are building your teams based on physical damage and you already have Sinogre Blade, quite likely you are not going to need this one, even though of course in the existing event it will be, you know, designed for this weapon. But in the future, if you already have Sinogre Blade, then you are already set up. So I don't see a reason to pull on this banner if you already have this one. The situation is different. Sinogre Blade works in like when your HP is 70% or more, so you need to keep your health up. While in this one, you need to keep your buffs up. So either you are buffing yourself, Vincent can buff himself and can increase his own magical attack, but realistically, you want someone else to buff yourself. For example, let's say Iris bringing Kurama from Kamura from the crossover, so applying magical defense up and physical attack up, or her anniversary weapon, or maybe other units like buffing all the attack on the party, for example Tifa with the ultimate weapon, something around those lines, something that will guarantee that you are buffed so that you apply more damage. If you're not gonna buff yourself, then you're missing out big time. Then other weapons that we can compare, also Killing Gloves, also does 940% and it's also magical. So if you have this one, why would you pull on a newer one? In this case, when HP is 50% or more, magical attack is increased, so you have more damage, but you don't get the benefit of the 1.2, which is better, as far as I know, is better than this one. And if we look at the R abilities, it's the same, 31 points, 39 points, 31 points, 39 points. It's the same, it's the trend that we are seeing here. Electro Cannon also does Thunder, and the R abilities are slightly better, 46, and Magical ability potency. It's not here, but you can check it. It only does 540, sorry. Physical attack is decreased, and magical attack is decreased, which is a really useful weapon to bring as a off DPS, support DPS. And then the classic Murasame that most of you will have. Murasame, especially if you were playing since the beginning, this is the standard Thunder weapon, which now is a bit old. It's not the best one, of course, but you know, it comes with great art abilities, so it could be your secondary if you need more lightning potency because you're already maxed out on physical ability potency and physical attack. So with that in mind, looking at the paradigm, looking at all the other options, This one is not really needed, not needed at all. Now let's continue looking and see what is the other weapon that we could get. And it's here, Witch Broom. Fantastic, we are getting into Harry Potter land. And really nice that it comes with a cat. 614 physical attack, 583 magical attack, 221. Not bad. Only costs 380 bits. So we are getting into a potential really good weapon. Only costs 3. It does the magic number 420. Physical non-elemental. It can crit. Magical defense is decreased mid, and it stays as mid, but it costs only 380 bits, so it's fantastic. And then when HP is 50% or more, thunder resistance is decreased high, and it goes up to high after Overbook 6. So after Overbook 6 is all you need for this weapon to do what this weapon is designed to do, which is magical defense and thunder resist. So now this is the evolution of like the Seaside Collar and that other weapon that Yuffie has, which name I forgot. Attack 62 is extremely good for a secondary where you are looking to build your primary DPS and you are bringing this one as a secondary. 62 attack, lightning potency 39, fantastic as a secondary and really good as a primary weapon as well. And it breaks sigils. Circle sigil. Wow, this is really good. Now, let's look into the outfits. Now, they introduced these like stamps, so you can exchange previous outfits as well. Let's look here. I already have the previous outfit for Glenn and Zack, so let's look into Crowmaster suit. It looks really nice, actually. Eerie mask, magical defense 15%. Wow, HP 5%. Okay. Really good. Really good. And Living Blade Arcana. You know, the classic Thunder God. Plus 35% thunder damage, which is fantastic. And then Pumpkin Jacket. It looks really funny. Eerie Mask as well. Magical Defense, HP 5%. And Buff and Debuff Extension Plus, which is a different one. So you could get a lot of Buff and Debuff Extension thanks to this one. Making Kite Seed a really good support unit for now, like when it comes to thunder, right? So he's getting there. Let's look into other Kite Seed weapons to see if you were going to main Kite Seed. Let's look into how that will look like. Right, so you will be able to use this one. For example, magical attack increase to a single ally and applies regen. Magical attack, boost ability potency. So you can keep your Vincent buff. That could be your primary or secondary, depending on what you need the most. You could also bring this one, physical attack increase, if you are playing with Zack. You know, with the Zack option, you can also bring Kite Seed, and it boosts heal. And you will need someone to bring the healing, but he could be kind of like a replacement for Dread in some situations. What else he could bring as a primary weapon? Magical attack is decreased. I'm not sure if you want to delegate that to like chance, because you need some chances for the physical attack to work. Magical attack is also only mid. He has some options, some elemental options as well. Do you remember any other weapons that we should consider if we are playing water resistance is down, resistance decrease? So he's slowly evolving into like a new option for those that don't have Red 13, perhaps newer player that have less of the weapon pools. So he is getting there. Only controls 2 elements: fire. Was it fire? Water resistance. Sorry, water and thunder. Now, cool. It's getting there. Red 13 has all the elements, but slowly he's getting those weapons that will exploit elements, which is really good to see. And also the classic meme weapon, when you if you are lucky, you get multiply by 3, which is a lot of damage. So it's getting there for sure. I really like that. And actually, I have to say, I'm really liking getting a banner every week. And let me explain. I'm not being sarcastic. I really like this because I think, especially with these weapons, that is exactly in terms of power similar to what Zinogre Blade is doing. Perhaps just a tiny different on the extra limit for Vincent, because it's his signature. I really like seeing more options. We don't need to pull on this banner. So should you pull on this banner? That's the question, right? You absolutely don't need to pull on this banner. This is like 100% skippable banner, and nothing will happen. Like it's not opening any content for you. Especially also if you have cash, meaning crystals, you could pull on Bahamut Rod, for example, that will increase your physical defense, bring ATB gauge. This is extremely powerful. Or the other limit break weapons that are still available, and those ones will live forever. So I really like this cadence. I really like what the game is turning into, and I would love to see a banner every week, honestly. It's just like in the same way that this one is bringing more weapons as well, it's making it cheaper for us to get access to the weapons we want. So of course I'm gonna be pulling on this one because it's Vincent, but should you pull? No, no, no. This is like easily skippable. Skip this banner. This is a bait. You don't need this one. And as in the same breath that I say you don't need this one, I'm personally gonna pull, and I'm so excited because it's Vincent. Like it's my man Vincent. So now I'm gonna pull in all his banner if I can. Of course, maybe at some point in my life I wouldn't be able to. Look at this! Oh my! Oh my god, I don't know if it looks horrible or if it looks amazing. It's like I'm in between, like I'm a bit confused. This like futuristic mask. We're back to like COVID times, when people were walking in the streets with like kind of like these weird masks. Plus I like the outfit. I like the shoes and his robe as well. I don't know if I'm convinced by these like feathers. I guess it's part of being like the crow. Yeah, and this one is really funny with all the little pumpkins. The eye patch is amazing. Oh man, I love these details. I love the design team. Anyhow, I'm gonna pull a bit just before closing the video. I bought some premium tickets. My strategy, you might be wondering, but how much are you spending in the game? Well, my strategy now is gonna be, let's say I'm gonna put like around 150 USD monthly, which is a lot. I appreciate this a lot. I was putting a bit more before. But just to like save for things like this when Vincent comes so that I could max out Vincent. Now, is that a good strategy? No, it's not. It's not a good strategy. And I think that deserves a separate video. Like in general, it's extremely hard to say when to invest in this game because every weapon is gonna be a bit outdated in the next banner, right? So, oh, Samurai Fever! So if you wait, in a way it's good, but you are missing on content. So there is always like a key question of like, do you need the weapons to unlock somehow new content because like you are newer into the game, or do you want to score higher in some sort of ranking? Do you want a leg up on some situations, like fighting some summons, perhaps, because you want to rush that, because you want to have something immediate? And then maybe it's a good reason to pull. But if you are not in any rush, in general, you can just wait and then decide what is best for your account. It's never an easy question, and again, I think it deserves like a whole video dedicated for that topic. What I'm trying to do now. Oh my god, what a pull, brother! What I'm trying to do now is fantastic. Wow. 1 second. I got Sinra Sword. I needed this one. Shell Knuckles. Boomerang. Wow. So what I'm trying to do now is get the premium tickets and keep saving blue crystals. I consider myself a low spender, even though between the mega spenders, I'm a low spender, if that makes sense, even though I'm still spending a lot of money in this game and it's insane. I appreciate that, but it's still like I'm not maxing all the weapons, not pulling on all the banners, even though I'm pulling on most banners. We got the new one, let's go! Oh, he hits with the arm, the claw, and then he shots. That's interesting. Yeah. So my strategy is going to be, and this is just my personal strategy, which again is not optimal, but for me it's more fun, all right? And that's why I'm gonna do it. Is focus on the units that I really love. Vincent being the first one, Sephiroth being the second, and then after that, potentially Tifa, maybe Sid at some point, just because it's newer. Really nice. We got Chu and Sephiroth. But for sure, Vincent and Sephiroth, and then the third one I haven't made my mind yet. It's not going to be Cloud, I think. I would love to see Tifa there in the roster. Maybe in the future, I would love to see Angeal, or even, like, don't know, like one of the units that we are not expecting, or something crazy. Um, but we will see what the future brings. The thing about units, again, another point, is that you can never rely on a single unit anytime, especially if you're a whale or a low spender. Every unit is good for one situation. Like having a main doesn't make sense. My strategy is extremely bad because of that. Because like I'm thinking, oh yeah, I love Vincent, but that's like silly, and I know that, but I appreciate playing with Vincent. So I'm just trying to tell you like what I'm doing, just so that you don't do what I'm doing, or at least if you do it, oh FIBA, if you do it, it's like with like all the details. In general, like every situation, there will be one unit that is better than the others, and that relies a lot on the banners. And every new banner is generally better. So there is never a really good time to invest unless you are extremely passionate about getting, better in some rank event, helping your guildies with something in particular. So it's really difficult to say, but yeah. In summary, you cannot have mains in Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, or if you do, you need to accept, which is what I'm willing to accept, that at some point those mains are not going to perform the best, because there will be other units that are going to be performing the best, which I'm super fine with. But that's why my strategy is going to be focusing on the units that I really like, even though it's not the best thing when it comes about outcomes, is the one that I have more fun with. So my account, is gonna be a Vincent main, which is what I was waiting for since the beginning, and then Sephiroth, of course, and then later we will see who could be the third. It's generally Matt or Aerith, because you need a healer. In some scenarios you can go full DPS, but at some point you need a healer, and you need to build a healer, especially, and now this advice is for free to play and for all type of accounts. Like, focusing on your survivability should be probably one of the main things to do, because like DPS come and go, but utility is key. So now this kind of weapons that are focused only on DPS, especially this one, is really easy going to be replaced by something else. But utility weapons that apply thunder resistance down and also magical defense, they are less likely to get replaced easily. For example, like we could still use Red 13 with Seaside Collar, or Yuffie with the other weapon that does the Thunder Down. They are extremely valuable still. Oh, we got it! We got it! Oh my days! I wasn't expecting this. Oh, I wasn't expecting this at all. Nice. Is Cait going to become our main now? Is Cait going to bring haste to all my party? Is Cait all I needed and I didn't know about? Is it? I'm not sure. Oh my god, I'm so excited. That's so cool. So cool. Wow. Okay. Cool. That was amazing. So let's complete it here. We got. Is this 2 more copies of Vincent? Ooh, yeah, baby! The machine is hot. The machine is extremely hot. I think we need to do one more draw. And then I will be pulling a bit more, but like now the machine is hot. So I'm gonna. Man, what's going on? I wasn't expecting that at all. Kite, Sith. Yeah, now we get the blue balls. Cool. So it's a good time to say bye now. Right, this is it for today. These are just my thoughts again. I don't hold any sort of truth. It's just my opinion. So please, if you disagree or if you would like to add something, let's continue the conversation in the comments so that we can learn from each other. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing or throwing a like. And until the next time, cheerios. Bye bye.